Footwork is the most important thing, period.
Yes.
I don't think anyone can argue with that. It's also one of the hardest things to teach. We use this thing right here. Well, Tupa, you use this thing. I use a little blue ring thing. Tupa uses a hexagon, but you can use anything. I'll show you in a second. The problem with learning footwork, and this is part of our instructor program, we teach people how to teach people to do this. What this does is it gives us a visual representation of where we're supposed to be with our opponent. Because without it, it's too subjective. Like, am I in good position? Am I in bad position? And I might not even know whether it's good or bad. So we use this, and there's a progression. We'll get into it in a second, but it fixes a lot of the errors that people make, whether they're meandering or galloping or lumbering. Well, so that's the thing, is that they will know not to do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, people know don't cross your feet. You're usually told, don't cross your feet. Going to the left, left foot moves first. Going to the right, right foot moves first. And then you're left to your own devices.
Yeah.
Most people that even have decent footwork learned it on the job. But in the instructor course this past weekend, we went through this progression so people could use it with their students. You start out, I circle, Tupa has to react. And we just check and make sure that we're still in alignment. Because footwork is not movement. This is how to move. Footwork is your position relative to your opponent. Otherwise, it's not footwork anymore. It's just moving around. I go this way, Tupa matches. And then we stop and we check. Are we relatively the same? And we're at a distance where I can't reach Tupa. Tupa cannot reach me. If I move and Tupa moves, as he's supposed to, I still can't reach him. If I move this way and Tupa moves, I still can't reach him. But if I move and Tupa does not move, I can reach him. If I really finish I can really hit him. So what this does, it does a lot of things. We start with just circling, one person leading the dance, and the other person reacting. Then Tupa would lead the dance, and I would react. Oh, golly, I am rusty. Then we would add punches, where he knows what I'm gonna do. I step this way and punch, and it misses. I step that way and punch, and it misses. Then we let you feint, where I can kind of step this way and walk him into that. But he has to react to what I'm doing, and then I can kind of make my punches more impactful. People don't have too much trouble with that. What happens is that when we start giving you more freedom, and you can feint, we add straight punches up the middle. If you want to see how a class runs with this, we did a video where it was an entire class. But there's some errors that people make, because once Tupa starts moving me around and punching at me, oh gosh, I might start backing away. This was some of the questions that some of the instructors in our instructor program were having. What to do when they move away? Well, not only will this help you with a drill like this will help you just generally.
Yes.
Because if they're moving away, in our system, especially among beginners, that means you're messing up. You are going too fast. So Tupa should do this is what you should do when someone runs from you anyway. Give you another golden nugget. When you're just straight up fighting somebody and they start running, they get on their bicycle, don't follow them. Don't follow them like a doofus. Because if I start running Tupa around and he runs away and I follow him, I'm running into that with my back now on the ropes or cage. When someone runs from you, don't follow. Just hang, like, hey, what are you doing? Come back over here. Yeah, he doesn't want to because we're fighting. So the same thing here, that's how you fix that. But what's probably happening is we started out just like this, what we're supposed to do. Then I start throwing some leather at Tupa, and he starts getting a little nervous, and he starts backing up, and freeze, stop. We're no longer in that same orientation with each other, right? That's what this is for. If this wasn't here and we were left to our own devices, we would get all out of whack. We stop, we slow down, you gotta come back. I was obviously doing something wrong. I was too thunderous.
Yes.
I was too dangerous. You're scared.
I'm scared.
Yeah, Tupa's a little bit scary sometimes. What you can do if your students or you yourself are having trouble with any kind of drill, think of everything that we add to the drill as privileges. This is what we do. This is what you began allowed to do. You got your learner's permit. We're in a parking lot. Right? If I take you out on the road and we start messing up, we got to go back to the parking lot. Remove that privilege from them. They have to go back to this. And there's no floor on that. With the kids class, I don't even let them pick. I say, circle left, circle right, circle left, circle left. And that's as tricky as I get. And if they don't know how to circle, I'll even tell them left foot moves, right foot moves, until they can do this. Because if they can't do this, they can't do the other stuff right. Particularly with a beginner, particularly as hard as footwork is to teach, you have to get it right early. Because they'll start running, they'll start doing wackadoo stuff, and they'll learn it on the job. And I'm not giving away everything. Sometimes my colleagues are like, Mike, sometimes you get a little generous.
Generous with the information.
Right. We have advanced stuff. This is not a secret. I've done a video on how this works in the class before. We have, where there's specifically how you step, you turn, specifically how when you turn your foot when you step, which I will not.
No, yeah. Figure that one out on your own.
Yeah. So, hey, and by the way, if you're here spying, because maybe you fought an RKM fighter, right? And like you couldn't get off the ropes of the cage, and you couldn't throw your stuff, and you couldn't understand why. It was this. It's because they start doing this. That's why they're moving you all over. But I'm not teaching you how to do that yet. I'm just teaching you how to just not trip over your own feet or meander around or lumber. Lumbering's the new one that I'm on. I got everyone to stop meandering, but they lumber a little bit. They shift this way to go that way. I didn't cross my feet. That's footwork, right? No. So the other problem is sometimes people sidestep when they should circle or circle when they should sidestep. If I move towards Tupa with this circle, he should circle that way. Very good. But if I move sidestep, Tupa should sidestep with me. And that's a hard thing to do. If I'm circling this way, Tupa should be circling. But if I start doing this, yeah, you gotta come with me. I go this way. I go forward, he has to move. I go sideways, he has to say it's tough. Mm-hmm. It's tough. That is a tough one to do. Luckily, we have this.
Handy dandy?
Yes. So if he circles, and then he circles the other way, and I end up sidestepping, it's usually this way. This is the people circle this way a little easier. Circling this way is tougher because this foot actually has to do something different.
Yes, it does.
But if you're circling this way and I'm sidestepping instead, I'm getting out from position, we can stop, we can freeze. I think that's generally the thing that people don't want to do. Because this is not just new people that don't want to do this. We're telling you essentially slow down, go back to the parking lot with your beginner's permit. And you're like, I know how to drive.
Do you though? I seem to.
Do you really? Are you sure?
But did you die?
And you don't have to snoop. If you want to know how to do this, we do the courses. We're in Chicago this weekend. We have Georgia coming up. I'm somewhere else too. Ohio.
Ohio, yep.
Yeah, Ohio. Like we just finished in Charlotte. We teach how to teach this stuff, and also the instructors get a good workout too. I'll put a link down in the description below to my social media if you want to check those out. But something like this with a visual tool will help you. Actually, yeah, the regular viewer might be like, what is going on?
Yeah.
What is it? We do like real stuff sometimes too. Like we teach like real stuff.
Yeah.
Like
the stuff that matters.
Yeah. Fundamentals. Footwork. Sometimes. Don't worry, I'll blow myself up or douse myself in tear gas next week, I'm sure. But, or talk trash on your coach. I think I did that last week. Yeah, stop shadow boxing. Start using the ring thing. Yeah. Oh, the ring. Oh, when we travel teachers, you can use anything. You put anything down. I don't carry my rings. His thing is way better. That hexagon's way. Where'd you get that?
That was here when I got here. But I'm gonna take it with me.
Yes. You can use this. It just keeps us honest, and then we add the punches and add feints, and pretty soon, after you remove it, you get some pretty good close range management, and we have good composure. I know exactly how far I can move around. It'll stop people from moving backwards and forwards. I think if you really want to see it develop through a class, go watch that video that I linked up there. Yeah. It's a people of all skill levels, all styles, a whole room full of people doing that ring. And if you want more fitness tips, self-defense techniques, gear reviews, as well as concepts and principles that make you hard to hurt, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications.